this is a much healthier place for the ecosystem to be.
Yeah. Okay, this one, the burn multiple. So every investor update, I mean, I think you coined the term. If you didn't coin the term, we'll consider you the coinifier of the burn multiple. Every investor update, I get this metric. I think of you every time, the burn multiple. And I agree with you on close to 100% of things on SaaS, but this one I want to challenge a little bit, only because I think it may have taken on a life of its own beyond what you intended, right?
Right.
Which is I see founders that are maybe burning a little too much, thinking their burn multiple is okay as they're slowly driving their car off the cliff, right? They're slowly driving it, right? And so when you think about this today, what is all this? I know what we're trying to simplify a lot of things here. How do we think about burn multiple in 2023, 2024?
Yeah, I think I wrote this blog post called The Burn Multiple. I think I wrote it in early 2020. So
early 2020.
Yeah, it was about 3.5 years ago. Actually, I think it was when there was like a 3-month kind of COVID swoon period in the market.
Might have been 6 weeks, but we'll call it 3 months.
Yeah. I mean, basically, everyone thought the world was ending because of COVID, and then the Fed just started airdropping money. So it was a very short-lived, and that's when the bubble began, the super bubble began. But in any event, I wrote this there because I thought that it would become very important for startups to think about their capital efficiency, and they weren't. And now the message really matters. So but in any event, in terms of, well, sorry, what's the question again? I'm losing.
Well, how do we just now? I feel like today. So that window, right, was an area where efficiency was incredibly important, right?
Yeah.
Then we went through an area where it was only important as a game until the next round, right? Now we're in an interesting world where actually, for the first time, all the public SaaS companies are efficient. Monday went from -15 to like +20% non-GAAP operating margins in 15 months. Mongo just flipped 15 points. Salesforce is approaching the rule of 50. It's already at the rule. I mean, the level of efficiency in the public, it's jaw-dropping. They basically just froze hiring. It sort of worked.
Yeah.
But so we're in this new area of more efficiency. So what's the guidelines for founders today, right?
Okay, so let me make 2 points. So the first is why kind of come up with this new metric of burn multiple as opposed to using things like CAC or CAC payback, things like that.
Yeah.
I think it's important is that what I was seeing in metrics like CAC is that if the finance team simply misattributed a certain expense, then like it would make the CAC payback look great.
Everyone's got a great CAC.
Yeah, exactly.
Every startup has a great CAC.
It was just way too easy. And I'm not saying they did it on purpose, but you just ask the founders, well, is your entire marketing team, including the communications team, in CAC?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, I thought it was just salespeople. So there's just too high a chance that CAC or magic number is even the worst version of this. Like no one knows how to calculate it. It was constantly miscalculated. So the beauty of burn multiple is you just take your entire burn in a given quarter or year and you divide by the net new ARR. And so there's like nowhere for people to hide. It's like, it just captures everything. And it's a measure of efficiency. Now, the second point is that I created these like rules of thumb to make it really easy for founders just to quickly diagnose whether, this is a good thing about the metric, right, is like in like 30 seconds you could figure out if you're good or bad, you know, every board meeting. But it is true that the standards for what is a good burn multiple change over time. So, and I say this in the blog, but I don't like quantify it. If you're a very early stage startup, like let's say pre-Series A, your burn multiple has to be bad because you're doing all this R&D and you're just starting sales.